Welcome to Unpacked, real conversations for diplomatic partners who are ready to unpack more than just boxes. This is the space for the brave questions, the messy middles, and the quiet decision to stop shrinking and start showing up fully. We talk identity, purpose, transitions, and what it really takes to feel at home in a life that's always moving. Because you've always been more than just the label, and this is where we say it out loud. Hi, I'm Emma, and I'm with my co-host, Anna.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Unpacked. Sorry, I just had a little blooper moment, so that maybe appear on Instagram at some point. But it's lovely to have you here. I'm with my lovely Anna. How are you doing, Anna?
Hi, Emma. Hi, listeners. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing really, really good, thank you. And I'm really excited for today's episode because today we are going to have an end of year wrap up and celebrate all of our achievements and looking forward towards 2026, which is very exciting. I can't believe we're here, to be honest. And basically, this end of year wrap up is something that myself and Anne do completely separately, and we just discussed that we give ourselves a couple of questions or a couple of prompts to guide our own reflections. So we are going to take ourselves through our guided reflections with you here. We have not planned what our answers are. This is 100% not scripted in the slightest. So you're going to get the true answers all the way from our hearts. And then at the end of this episode, we would love it if you also take some time and reflect on your end of year wrap up too. And all of the questions that we use will pop in the show notes at the end. So yes, I'm very excited, Anna.
Yes, let's do it. So, shall we dive in straight away?
Yeah.
So would you like to go first? Shall I ask you the questions?
You can go for it.
Okay. So, Emma, what are you proud of that you've achieved or done this year?
You know what? I had a moment this week actually of being like, wow, I've done something. And so I'll take you back. So, you know, I've had coaching clients before, and before this year is out, but I've never really marketed myself ever, really. It's all been through WhatsApp or community work and getting some clients that way. So at the start of the year, I took the big plunge and got my zesty life out there on Instagram, which was a huge self-development journey in itself, because I put that off for a year. And that very first post, I remember like having to do a big countdown, and yeah, it was a lot. But from that, then taking my big aim from my time in Kenya has always been to integrate my coaching practice, to integrate my positive psychology, and then some of my yoga teaching, and kind of bring it all into one and make what I offer so like such a me thing. That was what I really wanted to work on this year. And I'm very lucky. I've been working with some amazing clients through my signature coaching program called Roots and Wings. But this week, so we're recording this a few weeks ahead of time, but this week I finished developing the very last session in that whole coaching program. And I was just like, oh my goodness, like January, there was no Instagram. There was no coaching program in the same way that it is now. I hadn't met you, Anna, so there was no podcast.
Exactly. Oh my God.
Yeah. So there was my coaching program was developed. Clients to do my coaching program. I've worked with literally my dream clients, and so all of that wrapped up into one I was like, oh yeah, you have achieved a lot. So when I'm like sat here now, even just having like an email community list, I didn't have that at the start of the year. So this year has been a real, for my professional goals, has been a year of showing up, getting myself out there and building lots of systems and processes to try and help. So I have been, I felt very, very proud when everything sunk in, I don't know, whichever one it is, the other day. And then on the complete opposite side, we got married this year. on the on,
Oh my God. Yeah,
yeah.
that's another milestone.
It was a huge
Gosh.
milestone. So I actually planned a wedding and it had the most amazing time with my friends on my bridal shower. Um, and to then, yeah, have the wedding of my dreams. It was beautiful. And now I'm expecting a baby. So it's
A busy year for
2020,
you, Emma.
2025 has been, yeah, I think I could definitely say it's been a life-changing year.
Absolutely. Well, that's so amazing. Congratulations. And
Thank
really, I
you.
think you can be so, so proud of what you achieved, what you've done,
Yes.
and how you showed up and made the lives of so many people. I'm sure the people who are listening to us, but also people in your community better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
just amazing, isn't it?
Brighter.
How much when you shine, how much other help and support you can give to others too and help them shine as well. And I'm sure that's why you love doing
Absolutely.
what you do too, Anna, right?
Agree. And I think it's something, it does apply to coaching, but it applies really to all of you who are
Yeah.
listening or watching to us. Guys and girls, we can only give from overflow. And that's why if your cup is empty, there is no giving. It's not working this way. And that's why I think once you're really, really full, you have your, I don't know, your energy is high. You have this, I love the name of your, well, I forgot to rename myself, just realized,
Mm,
the name of your company, the Zesty
yeah.
Life, exactly this zest for life, the excitement, the passion for life, the joy, I think changes everything. And yeah, well done.
Thank you.
Congrats. So we're going to go, do you ask me the same question or
Well,
we
we
just do
can.
this all three and then we go?
You can really
Well,
tell that we haven't planned this. Yeah, this is great.
no, it's all on the go.
Let's go with you, Anna. What are you most proud of this year?
I mean, for me, it has been an eventful year because uh, really on the 1st of Jan last year, I was on the plane from Australia coming back from evacuation, Lebanon. So last year, 2024 was very, very challenging for me. And just arriving here and settling back in. So I'm really proud of the fact that, and I know I did my part as a mom. My kids are thriving now. And
Yeah.
if you're a mom, this is all moms are listening to know, our priority is the kids, that the kids are happy. So I've done that. My eldest daughter is now in year 11. She's doing great. And most importantly, when they're a bit older, it's sometimes not easy to find friends, but she found the most amazing group of friends.
Oh,
And they're
that's so
very
good.
close, and she's really blooming and thriving and having great life here in Beirut. And that's something that I'm also really proud of as a mom because I was part of that on the professional level. Yeah, I think I've also kind of grew a lot. I've done my. I had a viral post on LinkedIn with 53,000 views. I
Yeah.
I got connected with so many amazing people. I grew a lot. I have over 3,000 followers now on LinkedIn. I ran a few gatherings for diplomatic spouses, and I'm collabing with people. So I already had 2 masterclasses for expat spouses. I am working with amazing people as coaching clients. I've been running actually for a whole year. I've been running. I mean, yes, in total, it's definitely 12 months. So I'm very consistent with my Beirut coffee mornings once a month. So I'm
Yeah.
doing that, still doing that. And yes, and I'm also developing something that I'm launching next year in Fab, but more will be shared here later. I met you, Emma, and we started
Yeah.
this amazing project, this amazing podcast. Just, I don't know, like, right? It's just, meeting amazing people in the wild ocean of, I don't know, Instagram and LinkedIn. And it's just mind blowing when you meet people. It's like, hey, it feels like I've known you for a long, long time,
Yes. It
right?
just,
Although
well,
we've
I
never
feel,
ever
yeah.
met. It's like, my friend Emma,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. And
So,
I
and
feel the exact same, Anna.
and what I'm also really proud of, I'm driving now in Beirut, and for
Yeah.
those who this is really really huge, like that was a big thing for me. So I'm really proud of me being more independent, more consistent in things that I do, more grounded, more certain, and just I think, yeah, proud of becoming better, being
Yeah.
better, and hopefully it also has a ripple effect on everyone around me.
That's so beautiful, Anna. I mean, and you have achieved so much, haven't you? Like, it's amazing when, it's nice to have this time to reflect because it's so easy to just be in autopilot and just be so focused on what the next thing is or the current thing that you're working on. And actually, when you take a look and have that opportunity to look back, you're like, where was I in January? And it feels like sometimes that you can be a whole different person, and the amount of learning that takes place along the way is huge. So, massive congratulations to you.
Thank you, Emma. And I think, uh, like if you reflect back, the way we're doing now, I can tell, like with absolute certainty, I am a different person now than Anna. I'm different. I'm a different Anna. And
Yeah.
when people say to you, because someone said to me the other day, "Hey, you've changed." I think, "Thank you very much."
Yes.
I take it as a huge compliment. I would be really
Yes.
worried if I didn't.
Yes. I feel the
So,
same.
yes, you're right. So, we invite everyone to sit down, and this is the first question you answer. You
Yes.
ask yourself and answer, what are you proud of?
Hmm.
So, and the second question, so now I'm passing the ball to Emma.
Yes.
Oh, what are you grateful for, Emma?
I, you know what? there's two elements for this. I think for me, I think I'm grateful for being brave. Um, there's something that it's a characteristic that I would never ever call myself. I'd never call myself a brave person. There's something that's definitely been a limiting belief about myself that I've had for a very very long time. So yeah, I'm very proud of the fact that I've been very brave this year and taken myself out of the comfort zone. And also very grateful for my just persistence and the amount of learning that I've had to do. So personally, I had no idea what it took to plan a wedding. I had to learn all the insides and outsides of, what not only what makes a wedding or what are the features of a wedding, for example, but also what do I want from that wedding, you know? And the same thing
Mm.
from professionally, learning about there are so many systems and automation systems. There's like a millions of different things out there, aren't there? And it's like, okay, what is that I actually need now, and what do I want from something to actually support me? Because it's so easy just to go, oh, I know, I've heard of this one. This is the one that I'm going to use. So actually, that learning process is not only about learning about the systems and how to do things, but really about learning more about myself and what are my needs, and actually honouring my needs. I think is the most important
Mm.
thing that I've learned. Um, and as I've always progressed in this lifestyle, learning about my needs has been the most important thing. I think so. I ask for help more from my husband. Um, I delegate more. I I protect my energy, what I'm doing outside of the home, inside of the home, and I think it's made me feel much, much better about myself. So, yeah, I've learnt a lot about myself and what my needs are. Yeah,
Yes, and that's the foundation, right? If you
yeah,
don't know your needs, if you don't know how to fulfill them, I mean, frankly, no one else will be able to because, hey, you don't know, so you'll be expecting something, but you'll never be able to articulate, even to yourself, and that's why there'll be always some dissatisfaction because they won't be fulfilled,
yeah, yeah,
right? So
absolutely.
well done. So now so many things you can be grateful for, and I think ultimately, I think, right, that's kind of a bit philosophical now, but everything shall pass, like all the external stuff, everything,
Yes,
people
yeah,
and places. And I think this transient lifestyle is really kind of, yeah, we get it.
yeah,
Like our brain is not going to argue that things, it all shall pass. This posting, the people that around you right now, they won't be there in a couple of years. But I think whatever stays with you is you.
Yes.
And that's why, this is kind of the best investment you can do is in yourself. The best ROI, return investment is in you.
Yeah.
Because you are the only person who lives in your head, who thinks thoughts, who you are the focal point of all that's happening to you,
Yeah.
and you kind of if you are fine and if you are happy and thriving, like trust me, everything around you will be also harmonious and in colored and bright, beautiful colors.
Yes, which is the dream. And I was just thinking while she was saying that it is the external, because our focus changes all of the time, doesn't it? So like right now, I'm learning about parenthood, how to look after a
Yes.
baby, all the things I have no idea about. But ultimately, if, and again, with parenting, there are millions of different books that all say different conflicting things. You just have to know which one's the right thing for you and you stick to it, or you then stick to it for a bit and then you change it. So it's very much
Yeah.
that is the okay. Am I aware of what's out there, and then what actually is the thing that feels the most me, in all of that, and that is a constant process. So right now the focus is on that. In 6 months' time, it'll be a focus on different something else, And I think we get so hung up, don't we, in the present moment, of always worrying about the current problem that we have. I think if we focus on ourselves first, then the problems always find a solution. But we always know that we're coming from the place that is true in our hearts, I think.
Exactly, true in our hearts, but also like, to even have this connection, you have to do some, kind of you have to lay foundation. You need to know yourself and you know what's true for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think once you stand kind of anchored in this certainty, yeah, obviously things will happen, circumstances, challenges, but I think you'll be way better equipped to deal with anything, with any storm that life would bring your way. When you can, hey, you know,
Yeah,
I can handle it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And what the most amazing feeling to say or thing to say about yourself? I can handle it.
I can handle it.
Yeah,
Yeah. The
it's huge.
self-trust and knowing like, yeah, I've got this.
Yeah,
I've got this. I can handle it.
yeah,
And I
and we
think for
can.
me, so
Yeah,
so if I were to say what I'm grateful for, I think exactly this realization and I mean, we're sharing here on podcast. Hey guys, where we kind of, I don't know, feel like, we're best friends club because we're sharing and really deep stuff, right? And then
yeah,
personal things as well. So I'll be sharing, later on, the last 2 years were very uneasy for me. But what I've learned and the person I am becoming and I am through whatever I'm going, like what I'm going through, is really, I am actually grateful. I
mm,
am grateful. And that's why if anyone is listening now thinking, oh, actually, I'm going through some challenges right now, and it's really hard to be grateful for what I'm dealing with. It's so unpleasant, so uncomfortable. It really kind of wears me down. Just think, really, the gift is always in the shit. It's kind of the like that's true. The
yeah,
real growth happens when I'm very sorry, going through some shitty times, because this is that makes you strong. It's like a diamond, this is what makes you. Yeah, I think it just takes away layers, because it really sometimes, especially very challenging things that happen to us, they really, how do you say, they strip away everything, like all that's not needed, and it just what remains is core. It's like, who are you truly? And and that's why for me it's also was amazing journey of self-discovery, and I am very grateful for that. I'm also very, very grateful for the opportunities to obviously, have this experience, live in a country that's very unique. I'm very grateful for that, and I'm very grateful for people. I think like I'm very grateful for you, Amma.
yeah,
I'm obviously incredibly grateful to have my children. Just really grateful for people.
yeah. And I think when
Yeah.
we surround ourselves by good people, they really hold us together, don't they, Anna? I think it's, I am very grateful for you too. I should have said that before. But because, no, because I am. I always say that I'm so lucky to have met you, and and I just, again, it's about putting yourself out there, isn't it? And taking a chance, putting yourself in a vulnerable position. That doesn't necessarily mean vulnerability in like a big scary way, but just to message somebody on Instagram when, you know, it's funny, isn't it? Like having Instagram as like, we call it social media, but we don't communicate with people. We don't actually make the
Yeah.
connections. They just come in as followers
No.
or unfollow, you know. So actually to make that connection with you, and then for us then to just be so in the right place energetically, and
Yeah.
to just have a quick chat on Zoom, and we was like, yeah, this is exactly what I feel. This is exactly what I feel. This is exactly what I feel. Then,
Yeah.
literally, less than a month later, we've got podcast episode 1 out there. You know,
Exactly. It was in no time. Yes. So
yeah,
I think the beauty of having people, and I think obviously once you are, I think to really connect, we recorded a few episodes on friends and things like that, and I get it, but I think like on a bigger scale for me, it's like if you're really harmonious and happy with yourself, it's easy to connect with people. It's just easy.
yes,
This is what I really truly believe. It's not an introvert, an extrovert type of stuff. No, if you're really good and happy in your own skin, it will be natural,
yeah.
right? Doesn't happen
Oh,
just naturally. It's not forced. You don't have to, I don't know. Yes, exactly. And I think what we've learned, yes, getting out of the comfort zone and just approaching people to be pleasantly surprised over and over again how, like, you, most of the times it's a yes, and people do want to meet you and people are interested. It's just, okay, someone says no. Not a big
yeah,
deal. Don't
yeah,
take it personal, but like most cases, you'd be surprised by the amazing reaction of people.
yeah. And there's a lot of things of. Have you ever heard of rejection therapy, Anna?
Oh yes, I heard of that. You go
Yeah,
like, just
I
get,
mean,
I don't know how many no's.
yeah,
Like guys in
but
bars dating, right? Is it the
well,
one you are?
well, I've seen other things like going to, like a silly thing like going to the supermarket. You know, you need like a euro or a pound to put in the trolley, um,
Yes.
and just saying, "Oh, can I have a pound, please? I don't have any money."
Oh.
Or like I've seen people like at the tills saying, "Would you mind just paying for my shopping? I've left my purse in the car." And just seeing their reaction, like just
Have you
amazing
done it though?
things. No, I
Have you
have
done it?
not. No, I haven't. But just, I saw this one lady, and I'm obsessed with her. I'd have to find her name. I think she's called Soph Jones on Instagram. She's like that's all her Instagram is about, doing that
Oh my
crazy
God.
things. So she's so bright and so full of energy. She like I don't know. She said, "Would you mind just recording this video? I just want to sing a song for my mum." And then she'll like do some like really crazy things, and she's not necessarily a singer, and and then she goes, "Okay, thanks very much," and then she takes her phone and then walks away, and then she doesn't like see the reaction. So it's just like a really nice thing to actually go. Actually, people are really good, and actually, people do nice things for the people.
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing. We think too much, don't we? We just
We
rather than
overthink.
live. Yeah.
We overthink, and that's why kind of we are the biggest, the biggest block in our head. It's us. It's
Yes.
not the outside. It's over here because there is also the psychologically proven, uh, you know, bodily effect of an act of kindness by the one, by the giver, by the receiver, but even by the observer. If you watch people do some nice things to each other, you feel so good. It boosts your
Yes.
immune system, and that's why, like, I think this is how we are, right? This is
Yeah.
how we're all wired. It's just shit happens to us, bad stuff happens. We become, I don't know, we start distrusting people or resenting or just feeling like, we are less than, but it's all big bollocks.
Yes. Yeah. And do you know what? I was thinking as well, just going back a little bit to what you were saying about challenging times as well, Anna. I
Hmm.
think it's a really important to note that without contrast, as in like without the negative, we never know the full experience of the good times, right?
Yeah.
But when we're in that place and things are feeling really crap, and we're just like, what on earth are we doing? I would encourage you, because it's easy to do this, is to write, I don't like this, or I don't want this, or we can come up with a million things, I remember being, when I was dating, I don't know, being like, I don't want someone who's boring, or something, something random,
Yeah, yeah.
So that we can always come up with an easy list of the things that we don't want, but then really challenge yourself and flip it and then say, well, what is it that I do want? Because the way that our brain works and the reticular activation system, which we know we've talked
Yeah.
about before, is that we really do need to focus on what we do want. So if you are going through any like challenging or hard times at the moment, if you can go straight to the things, well, actually, what do I want? That's also really helpful and really, really great. But if you're struggling to get to that bit and you're trying to find it really hard to get that clarity, just write everything down that you don't want or what you're finding you don't like in this situation, and then put a complete flip on it and get rid of all of the negative words, and just see how the difference it makes you, the difference it helps you make you feel is huge, right?
Yes, absolutely. I think definitely knowing where you want to go, it's crucial. And sometimes when you're really in a very dark place, it kind of, yeah, it's easy, and that's the thing, have you seen people who are really genuinely like, again, no judgment, and it's not like one is better, the other is worse, but it's just not very pleasant place to be when you're full of guilt, shame, or
Yeah.
frustration or resentment. Like people who have high vibration, high energy, just like, they kind of annoy you. But I almost wanted to swear, like, the F out of you. You don't want that. It's like, it's like, it's very, because there's such a huge mismatch and where you are and where they are. And I think it's okay. I would say it's gradual, it's if you look at emotions at a scale, and joy and happiness all there. And if you are there, well, I'm sorry, it's not going you cannot make that jump from misery to bliss.
No.
It's very difficult. That's why just like, even progressing, anger is a better emotion than guilt and shame, because you feel, okay, hey, now I'm going like enough, there's at least there's more potency and agency in that emotion rather than, kind of apathy or grief. But I think we're kind of getting off track here.
Yes.
That's another topic. Let's talk about it another
Yeah.
time. So we covered what we're grateful for. What did the last year taught you? What did it
Yeah.
teach you, Pardon? Yeah.
What did it teach me?
Hmm.
Um, oh gosh, I don't know. Um, it has taught me, I think, to trust in my own abilities, trust that I can do it when I put my mind to something, I think. Um, and just to trust the process, I think a little bit more. I think is a big one. I think we have so much, we get so wrapped up in the minute details of things and specifics that, I'm thinking about, like, the last few months have been quite challenging in the sense of just managing my own energy levels, and I had set some expectations on myself. I was going
Mm.
to do this every day, and I was going to do this, and I was going to do this, and then when you just can't do it, I had to just go. Oh, well, I felt the guilt and the shame and the, oh no, now you're failing because you said that you were going to do all of these things and you're not doing all of these things. But then I had to take a step back and be like, no, this is part of the process of the journey that you're in right now, and ultimately, what's the point in trying to rush the process? A little bit like when fruit ripens on trees. People sit there and they might go and start picking the apples or the grapes or whatever the fruit is, and they're not ripe. So sometimes you just have to wait for the moment when it's perfect and the apple might drop, and when it's perfectly ready, and you just eat it there and then, and you just have to wait and be patient for this whole thing to ripen. And so
Yeah.
being able to just trust that this is part of the process, that sometimes things will move quickly, sometimes things will move slowly, and that's all okay. Just like an athlete wouldn't be at competitive level all year round, we can't expect that of ourselves. So just knowing it's okay to have times where there's up and there's downs. I think that's what it's
Yes,
just.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about
Oh,
you,
I
Anna?
love that. The same. So for me, what what I learned or what the last year taught me, definitely trust. I think trust or faith, or
Yeah.
believing, whatever you prefer.
Yes.
But yes, in myself, my own abilities, and that I've got it. Plus, exactly, just trusting the process. That I realized a lot of us, and I definitely did that. Like, hey, and I have this discipline, consistency, and focus. And you imagine you kind of, oh, I want to get from A to B, in it's if life were not a river but a canal, straight line. But life does not work like that. There are no straight lines in nature. All rivers have their bends. And if you're trying to kind of fix the bends in the river, wow, pardon, that's exhausting.
Yeah.
So it's really exhausting, and it's way better to learn how to trust that the band is taking me. I am still pedaling and I'm still doing kind of my job, right, of showing up
Hmm.
every day the best way I can. And sometimes, like, yeah, even sorry, if you're really in an unhappy place, getting out of bed and doing something is amazing. Like, it's
Mm.
all right. It's kind of
It's all relative.
it's all relative, really. Like, and that's why don't compare yourself to anyone. I mean, even sometimes, like, when you say compare yourself to yourself, but hey, even that sometimes feels unfair. For you are exactly where you need to be. You're learning exactly what you need to learn, and just trusting this process. It's like, and I agree with you. Like this, hey, I want more. I want things faster, but it's no, it's like with the gym. And I am a person who goes to the gym every day. And I can tell you, going to the gym once off will not give you big muscles. Like, it takes consistency, it takes time. It just takes time building
Yeah.
muscles. And I think everything around us, it's like a big gym. It's all about the reps, doing things over and over, getting better, right? With social media, with coaching, with everything.
Yeah.
And I think this is what I learned, and I also learned that a new future is always available. A
Yes.
new future is always available.
I love that.
And it's very easy to get stuck and hung up in the past of things that are not working. But if you think, hey, like, I cannot go and change what happened, no one can,
No.
right? I can really spend more time ruminating and thinking and trying to say, oh well, I wish it's done, it's gone. It's like, and if I close this chapter, and I think having this year coming to the end, it's, hey, it's a natural chapter closing right now, and yes, it's time to focus on the future.
Yeah. And I love that. Well done.
Thank you.
You say things so beautifully. It's very nice to listen to you, Anna. It's lovely.
Oh, thank you, Emma. And I think that's why it's like, to all who are listening, and I don't know, I'm sure your 2025 has been also very eventful. And I'm sure, right, both of us can guarantee you had some challenges. Maybe
Yes.
you are facing some challenges. Maybe you are in a great, phase of your life. It doesn't matter. I think what we also wanted to share with you, we don't celebrate ourselves enough. And we would like to invite you all to really sit down, and answer those three questions. What are you proud of? What are you grateful for? What did last year teach you? But also really write down all the things you've achieved, because the thing is, for trailing spouses or diplomatic spouses, I mean, however you want to call us, a lot of what we do is invisible, and if we don't make it visible, it's very easy to kind of overlook it.
Yeah.
And then we say, I haven't done much, haven't achieved much. I bet you did. Really, I challenge you, sit down and make it visible.
Hmm.
Everything, write down everything that took effort from you, skills or courage, and you'll be blown away.
Yeah. And we would love to hear as well if you're open to sharing. Just please do send us a little message because we also want to celebrate you guys. I
We'd
think
love to celebrate you.
I loved hearing everyone's successes and anything that you feel proud of, whether you think it's something small or something big. Please do just share it with us because it's so powerful to just take that moment to just really recognize yourself and your value, which is amazing.
Exactly, exactly. Because I think Right, we've said it many times in our episodes. A lot of what we do is sadly invisible. It's easy to feel
Definitely.
invisible, and
Yeah.
if your achievements don't get external validation in terms of promotions or paychecks, or like, hey, great job there, like you've got to do it for yourself. And we're doing it for you too. Like we
Yeah.
don't know what you've done, but we know it was huge, right, Emma?
We do know it's huge.
We know it's
We
huge.
know it's huge. It's massive. I mean, I just every little bit. I can imagine most people who've moved house or had housing issues. Um, we both have had that, Anna, haven't we, this year?
Oh God,
So,
yeah.
um, so it's even that having to deal with change of your living surroundings is ginormous. So please do
Yes, write
celebrate
down
that.
everything. You went and did shopping in the language you hardly speak, or you signed up for the gym. I don't know, like anything. Or
And yes,
you reached out and asked, like what we said, asked someone for a coffee.
yeah,
Yay!
yeah. You know,
Yeah.
how many people did you meet? And you know, who is the most interesting person that you've met, or what's one great conversation you had, and what surprised you? It's just amazing, isn't it? So please do that.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. Please do. Um, so, and I think we are complete, right? We're kind of.
yeah,
It was
we
such an
are.
amazing. I really enjoyed recording this one, actually, Emma.
Yeah,
That
it's nice, isn't it, to take the time and actually give our time to self to talk about it. And do you know what's also nice as well, Anna, is doing this, whether you do it on your own, but if there is someone else that you trust who would also be who'd like to do it, and that you can actually talk to each other, because it is very valuable just to have that, well, to be able to share that with you, Anna, because you do forget that other people are going to listen to this, um that to be able to talk about that and talk about your successes. So whether that's with your partner at home, whether it's a trusted friend, see if you can encourage someone else to do it, and then you can
yeah,
share in the
but
moment,
really, like,
or yeah,
yeah, and Emma, I mean, this is spontaneous, but like, hey, really, you can write to me, and I'm sure, like, I don't know, Emma, how busy are you, but
yeah,
you can write, share. We're reading everything, and we really, if you have no one, you feel like you can sit down, and there is no person on our side to be saying, hey, that was amazing, so proud of you, or
yes.
like, we volunteer, right, to be these
Oh,
people.
I
Write to
would
us, write
literally,
emails, write texts, write, find
yes,
us. We'd love to do that. And like
yes.
we promised, we reply to all of you.
Yeah, I will. I would
Sorry, Emma, I
genuinely.
put you on the
No, no,
spot there.
no, no. I would. That's literally, that would be the best Christmas gift anyone could give to. Oh, Christmas is over here now. Christmas hasn't happened when we're recording,
Anyway,
but
but
it would be like
a
the
New
best
Year's
New
gift,
Year's
whatever.
gift. Yes, I would absolutely love that. Like, absolutely
Yeah,
love it. So yeah,
yeah.
please,
So
please do.
please do. I think that's yeah, and it was such a great pleasure. So wishing
Yes.
everyone a great start into the new year, and I
Yeah.
cannot believe it. We'll be chatting to you all in 2026,
Six. Yes, we will.
right, Emma?
Yeah. And Anna, where can we find you if we want to find you, to send you our messages?
Oh yes, please send me lots of messages. Instagram, not just a spouse, is probably the easiest one, and also my name, last name. But Emma, everything is in the show notes,
Everything is
right?
in the show notes.
So
Yes.
LinkedIn, I have a website, notjustaspouse.com. I also have emailing list. So yeah, like lots of ways to find me.
Yes.
How about
And
you, Emma?
you can find me on Instagram at the Zesty Life, and again, my email's in the show notes. And you know, and you can slide into my DMs whenever. I love getting the messages, so please do. And
Yes.
please do all of your amazing things, like, rate, subscribe, tell a friend. It's been a phenomenal year, and a massive celebration for Unpacked. That we've had our over 1,000 downloads, where I think we're getting closer now, and to maybe like 1,300 in total at the time of recording.
Whoa,
So we're making
amazing.
huge. So we're definitely very, very grateful for you guys for listening, and we look forward to sharing more and more top tips and topics, and yeah, sharing a little bit more about how our journeys are unfolding as as we see what 2026 brings for both of us.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing everyone then. I'm looking forward to speaking to you, Anna, in 2026.
Yeah.
Have a good day, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.